How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another part of the 30-day update series. Today will be part 14, day 420 of the 30-day progress reports. We'll jump right into it. First, let's start with this guy. This is a Nimbochromis Fusco tanniatus. Fusco cichlid. I'd say this dude is now, I don't know, it's like 13 inches or so. But let's check him out. He's had tons and tons of growth. Let's check him out. About 420 days ago. As you can see, this guy has grown tremendously. A lot of the growth happens up front, early on. He's still growing now, but his growth has definitely slowed down. Do this guy. This is a Demi strigatus. Common name is a sunset hat. This guy has had periods where he was the tank boss, and then I think his growth was outpaced by some of these other guys, and he lost that status. Let's check him out quite a ways back. These fish are pretty fun to own because they color up really early on. So if you don't quite have the patience to wait for like a Malawi trout or something to color up, these guys are good. Plus they have that eye biter kind of body shape without the aggression. We'll stay in the Unidentified genus and go to this guy here. He's kind of in the back. This is the Kawingi, Unidentified Kawingi. Really cool blue body with those yellow dots on their scales. Geez, I can't keep track of them. There he is. This guy has a voracious appetite, still to this day. He just eats like there's no tomorrow. Let's check him out quite a while ago. Check out some of the progress he's made along the way until today. When this guy was probably one of the smallest fish in here at one point, it's almost like he knew he was the smallest because he ate enough for probably 3 fish. Maybe he was trying to catch up to the rest of the pack. I really enjoy those yellow dots on their body. That's cool. You know, anything unique from just the typical blue and yellow, I was really drawn to. Alrighty, let's go right to this guy here. One of the favorites. This is the Unidentified christii, the Malawi Hawk. Last video we did, this guy had a little bit of a wound on his snout, his nose. It is all healed up. He's doing fine. Looking great. Couldn't be happier with this Malawi Hawk. Beautiful blues. Sometimes he gets pretty orange, but typically this is about how he looks. Nice blue. Let's check him out a ways back. him and the rhodocii yellow are possibly two of the larger fish in here, and they sometimes the rhodocii will chase him around and just remind him that the rhodocii is the boss. For this next fish, I'm gonna ask you guys for some help. So I bought this fish 6-8 months ago maybe, and there was a little bit of confusion as to what it was. The guy I bought it from said it was a Tyrannochromis Spillarrankus type, but man, I've googled that name and I don't come up with anything definitive. From what I can like relate him to or see some similarities with is the SP Blue Nova, the long nose, but I'm not even sure about that. So if you know what this is, please let me know. He's about 8.5, 9 inches right now. Super aggressive eater. Sometimes he's really blue. Right now he's kind of dulled down, but yeah, if you know what this is, please comment. All right, next we'll do this guy. This is the Hawkliceps. So it's half Tyrannochromis maculiceps and half Unidentified christii, Malawi Hawk. That is the Hawkliceps. Really cool fish. Has the traditional markings of a Tyrannochromis, but clearly has the snout and the body appearance of a Malawi Hawk. One of the smaller fish in here. He's been with these big guys for a while now. I was a little nervous that he might get punished, picked on, but he's been fine. Beautiful fish. I think they're exclusive to Ron's cichlids, as those guys created this species. So give them a check out. Let's check this dude out when he was littler. And as I've mentioned before in my previous videos, this Hawkliceps is a replacement. I had one, grew it out to be about 9-10 inches, and then it passed away as a result to a power failure. So this is the second Hawkliceps. This here is, at least to me, the holy grail of the predator haps. This is the Cichlids cerealis, the Malawi trout. And my trout has finally colored up. Beautiful fish. He's probably 13 inches long, really slender body shape these guys maintain. I have seen some trout that get kind of thicker top to bottom. I think that's a result of like really overfeeding them. They kind of lose their traditional body shape. So I have mine on a pretty balanced, healthy diet. They eat once a day, as much as they can eat in about 5 minutes. But let's check this trout out and see what an ugly duckling he was for most of his life. I bought this trout when he was 6 to 6.5 inches, a guaranteed male, and probably owned him for 1.5 years before he exhibited any faint signs of color. So if you have one of these and you know it's a male, just be patient. They will color up, and they're beautiful once they do. Okay, we'll stick in the Cichlids family, as this is the only other species within the Cichlids family. This is the Cichlids Spillarrankus. Pretty rare fish from what I understand. I've been keeping fish for over 25 years, and I've never even heard of one of these before until I got this one. I saw it available and thought, man, that looks like a trout, maybe mixed with a snook or something. So I jumped all over it. So if you have the opportunity to get one of these, I highly recommend them. They're fun, they're beautiful, they have a unique appearance, and they color up much, much sooner than the trout. Let's check this dude out. When we first got him, he was about 5 inches. Right now he's probably 10 or 11. I suspected when I first got this fish that it was probably a import and hormoned, because it was really vibrant for a 5-inch long fish. And about a week and a half, 2 weeks after I got him, he really colored down and went dull. And then as he got a little more mature, he started to color up again. Maybe it was just a dominance type thing, but I always suspected he was hormoned. This dude is the clear and decisive tank boss. This is a Chromis rhodocide yellow. And God, I would have to estimate he's about 14 inches right now. He's humongous. It's really hard to get a good bearing for how big fish are when you're looking at somebody's aquarium on a video, but I can assure you this fish is humongous. Here he is, kind of pushing around everybody. Fusco's a pretty huge fish, and he's bullying him around. Let's check this dude out when we first got him. He's had quite possibly the largest growth rate. And as far as the tank boss goes, he's a pretty good one. He doesn't get too aggressive with anybody, just a little bit of chasing, and I've never even seen him bite at anybody, but he just chases every once in a while. Up next, we'll do this guy. This is the Tyrannochromis rostratus. You'll have to forgive me on the still frame photograph I'll put in just a second of him when I first got him. I misspelled the name. I put Tyrannochromis, and it's the Tyrannochromis. So just a little clarity. I'm just too lazy to edit that picture. But these fish are remarkable. They have that kind of foil looking bluish oil kind of color. Beautiful fish. Let's check this dude out. You know, for a long time, this fish was one of the biggest ones I had, and never really claimed tank boss. He just never really cared for it, I guess, or just didn't have it in him. Either way, it's fine. I guess if the largest fish in your tank was always the tank boss, you know, things could get ugly quick. Unless they're just a relaxed boss. We'll do this guy next. This is the Malawi blue dolphin. Got this fish at Petco. Somebody bought it from Petco as it was actually advertised as a green terror when it was, you know, 1.5 2 inches long. So somebody bought it, probably had a South American cichlid tank, and maybe a friend came over, or they put it on a Facebook group page, and they're like, that's not a green terror, it's an African cichlid. So anyways, they brought it back to Petco, put it in the donations only tank, and I knew exactly what it was. and I think I gave like $2 for it or something, maybe $5, I don't remember, but pretty happy with it. I got 2 of them that day, and one ended up being a female, so I gave it away to a friend that could use a female dolphin. I just wanted the male. I don't have a whole lot of pictures of the dolphin, so we'll just look at a few of them. We'll jump to this guy here. I suspect the end is probably near for this. This is my Phenostar Sapphire. I have not seen him eat any significant amount of food for probably a week and a half now, and he just doesn't look all that great. I've been offering Ron's cichlids medicated food, and he'll grab a piece every once in a while, but he just doesn't eat like he used to. He stays 100% up in this side of the tank. He looks real skinny. I've treated the water, but it's a 425 gallon system here, so it's hard to treat the water with any success. So I figured the medicated food would do well, but the problem with medicated food is the fish has to eat it. And he's just not really taking the food that much. And I've tried adding garlic guard and all kinds of things, but I hope he pulls through. I've had this fish for a very long time, longer than any of these predator haps. He doesn't get picked on either. It's not like he's being abused. He's just suddenly not doing well. Hey, buddy. Let's check him out, though. Next we'll do this guy here. This is my wild-caught Tyrannochromis nigervenor. Very, very similar to the Fusco. A lot of times people will advise you against having a Fusco and a nigervenor in the same tank, but I've had these guys in the same tank for well over a year and a half and never had any signs of aggression towards each other. So I've been quite successful keeping them. We'll check this guy out when he was brand new edition. I apologize if you can hear my dog in the background. He wants to come in, and that's how he lets us know. Sounds like he's being attacked, but he's just whining. Alrighty, last but not least is this guy here. This is called a tiger largemouth bass. It's a hybrid bass. It is half Florida bass and half northern bass. It's extremely aggressive. It's not only aggressive when it's time to eat, and it will eat nonstop, but it's aggressive like that. It's becoming more and more aggressive as it gets larger. It doesn't really attack. I've never seen it hurt anybody, but it will dart after these other fish and just kind of scare them off. The only fish that, when it tries to dart after, that holds its own is that guy right there, the big Bucchromis rhodesi. He's not having any of it, but it doesn't stop him from trying every once in a while like that. But see, the rhodesi is just kind of unbothered. The bass does eat like crazy. And I think one of the goals when they made this hybrid was, you know, obviously the Florida bass has the aggressiveness, but they really need a warmer water to really thrive. So having half the genetics of a northern bass, these fish can withstand somewhat colder temperatures, so they do really well in ponds. And that's where I got them, was from predatory fins, which a lot of the fish that predatory fins sell are meant for, you know, custom plywood tanks or ponds. They told me down there at Predatory Fins that this fish would be fine in this aquarium throughout the entirety of his life. It's an 8-foot tank by 2 foot by 3 foot, so he's got plenty of room. We'll throw some pictures into this guy. Well, that's gonna do it, guys. Thanks for watching. One quick update. If you watched the last video, this guy right here, my Lepturus green, he did end up passing away. So, rip, buddy. Till we meet again. All right. Thanks. Bye.